In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Crane Mail by name Crane. I'm only going to concentrate on the Crane Mail email service, not the actual name Crane hosting service, because I've got two accounts with the Crane Mail service. And the reason I'm doing this review is there weren't many reviews out there, and this is a really good email service. The pricing is really good. The service deliverability has been really good, and the setup I really like, and it's been pretty much straightforward. I was using another very popular service that was similarly priced, maybe a bit cheaper, but the setup was a bit too long, a bit too tedious. And with Kramer, I just found it easier, and I like what they give you, as in they give you some add-ons, and their service has been really good so far. So nothing too flashy. I mean, it's just an email service, but what I like is that it feels a bit more premium. Instead of paying, I think it's about $10 a month for G Suite, yes, you get very good deliverability, but if you've got a lot of domains like I do, you can sign up for this email hosting service, especially because I'm using a lot of VPS servers and setting up email in there is a nightmare. Then this is a really good option, because if you've got other hosting like shared hosting with cPanel or what's the other one called? I forgot what it's called. 1 second. Sorry, completely slipped my mind. It's called DirectAdmin. I've got hosting, reseller hosting, and shared hosting with both cPanel servers and DirectAdmin servers. They're very good. With each domain you add, you can set up your own email and everything. But what I noticed recently is I had to move one big business site from a cPanel host because the price just kept going up and up every 2 or 3 months. But I had a big problem moving the emails over. And because this is like a real legacy business account, it's been going for over 10 years, and I just had a lot of headache last time. I left it alone for about 5-6 years, and now I notice that the account's like doubled in size. It's multiple gig of email, and it was just a headache to move it over. So what I thought is, let me find a good solution once and for all to offload the email to another host that I can move my domain and hosting wherever I want. So that's when I found Crane Mail. Now the other hosts I was using, they were good, but they were very limited in space, and they were very strict. But Crane Mail, I do like the setup, and they're a bit more generous with storage space. And the setup, I'm going to demo the setup, is very simple. Just follow the step-by-step instructions. The setup is a lot easier. Let me just quickly run you over the sales page here. So they offer premium spam filtering by SpamExperts. So it just means adding a couple more entries to your DNS records, and it helps you keep your inbox clean and keep spam out, which is good if you get a lot of emails. You get unlimited mailboxes, so if you had one domain, you can have as many mailboxes as you want, separate individual mailboxes. Because I used to have one mailbox and forward emails, but now I have separate email boxes. And the only limit is your storage space. So, if you get 100 gig of storage, you can have, I think it's 15 domains, but you can have as many mailboxes as you want per domain. And also, they market this as a business suite. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to use the mail service and maybe 2 add-ons, nothing too much else. But it offers storage and calendars and so on, but I don't really need all that stuff. Okay, so let me see. Each account's got, the webmail interface is really nice. Contact, calendar, task management, and so on. Now, I think they've only been running the actual mail service for just over a year, I believe. I found them in a forum a while ago, and they have really improved it. I mean, it was good then. They've improved it a bit more now. 1 second, sorry. Let me turn the alarm off. And yeah, so far it's been really good. They talk again about SpamExperts, how they filter the email and keep your mailbox sanitized. I'll show you their demo and I'll show you the actual setup. I've got my domain ready for setup. I'll show you how it all works. Now you can get your mail wherever you want, on the web browser, in Outlook, in other email clients on your phone, and so on. And you can actually use your storage space for cloud storage if you want as well. And this is one of the bonuses. With each domain you get an EM client license. I actually purchased this premium about a year and a half ago before I got my my service from them. So it's a desktop app similar to Outlook, but I've actually switched from Outlook to EM Client about 2 months ago because I do like the way it works. I like how easy it is to back up your emails. I like all the features in there, and you actually get a premium account for the via Crane Mail, which is a big advantage because I do like the EM Client desktop application, and it's really handy. Outlook just annoyed me so much with the insistence on flipping AI and all that. It just drove me crazy. So anyway, that's a real good bonus. And then they've got catch-all email addresses, forwarding, 2FA, offsite backup, IP reputation. So they filter outbound messages as well to make sure there's nothing dodgy going on in there. No spam or so on. Because this is not aimed at marketers. It's not aimed at mass email. This is for business email or personal email. As long as you fit into one of those two categories, then this is the email service for you. And I've not tried their mailbox migration. I've not even seen that option, so maybe I'll look at that. Okay, I'll show you the plans in a second. So they do normal plans, and they've currently got some lifetime deals, and they've got reseller plans. I've actually got two lifetime plans, one in EU that they launched 6 months ago, and one in US that I got last year, about just over a year ago. And a couple of FAQs. It says here we don't allow marketing mails. They're hosted in Las Vegas and Amsterdam. And it's 600 emails per hour per domain to external senders. And so on. Okay, so let me show you the actual plans. So on their sales page, these are the plans. So this is under their promotions tab. This is an absolute bargain. I think I've got one of these, I think. Crane Starter, you get 100 gig of storage. And with that, you can use 15 primary domains, so 15 different web domains, and unlimited mailboxes below each domain. And that includes SpamExperts and so on, and you get all of the other add-ons. Then you've got a lifetime 250 gig. I think I've got this one actually, 250 gig. This is $75, and you get again 15 primary domain, but you get 250 gig. Everything else the same. And then you get the 500 gig, and you get 50 domains. I'm pretty sure I've got these two, and so on. Or you can just go standard and just pay the annual rate, which is cheap as well. So for Crane Mail 250, so it's 250 gig, you pay $15 quarterly, you get 20 domains. So the difference is you get a few more domains, and so on. Let me show you the actual plans on the hosting page. So this in the back end is my account. So the standard plan, so it's $10 annually, I showed you, $75 lifetime, and that one. Let me see, you can also get even bigger lifetime plans. This all under hosting deals. So you can get 220, sorry, you can pay 225 and get 750 and so on, all the way up to a massive, ridiculously massive, but maybe some people do it. Let me see. So yeah, including every plan, so you get a business email suite, combined email and cloud storage. And so I think I've gone through most of this anyway, all this stuff, IMAP, POP, SMTP, and so on. Let me see. And then yeah, they also offer reseller. So I did sign up for one of these, but I didn't really need it. What I liked is that you get a few more accounts. A few more domains, and also you can set the limits per domain. Unfortunately, in the normal plans you can't do it, so you just get like a standard limit. But with this reseller one, you can set like a per domain limit. I think it goes down to per inbox limit. Okay, so this starts at $15 quarterly for 150 gig and 30 sub accounts. And then you've got the $10 a month for 500 gig and 100 sub accounts. So if you were, like, just say you had clients, you're managing email for them, this would be ideal. You get 100 sub accounts, 100 primary domains, and unlimited domains underneath there. It's only $10 a month. And so on, the price goes up as you add more storage. It's really massive. 10 terabytes. And yeah, with this you can do white label server names, and you get the billing modules and separate logins and all sorts of stuff. Let me actually show you inside now. So let me quickly, am I logged in? Okay. Yeah, so you see I've got two plans here. One is US 250 gig. I paid just under $70. This was just over a year ago. And this was when they added a EU server. I bought a 500 gig EU server for 150. I might need to blur some of this in a second. Let me just go inside and let me set up a domain. Let me use my US one. So you see, this was my first account. This was December 1st, 24. So it's just under a year actually. So once you sign up, you log in, you click on Manage Product. Okay, this will have to blur some of the stuff. So you see, I've got up to 15 domains. I haven't used hardly anything in this account. And then you get this for your domains, the disk usage, the number of users, user aliases, domain aliases, and all the features. So let me add this domain. So I've got a domain here called Farhan.click. Let me just add that as a new domain. I'll show you the exact process. This will probably take about 5 minutes. I know we're about 10 minutes already. But this is the actual add domain screen. So you just put in your domain name. As I was saying before, I can't edit all these because this is not a reseller account. But in the reseller account, you can change the maximum disk space, max user, and so on. Now, yeah, we don't want the Freedom Edition. We want the UK English. Thank you very much. Split domain routing. Honestly, I don't know what that is exactly. Email archiving. Depending on if it's just like a general website email, I'll leave it, or I set it for 1 or 2 years, and then I do incoming and outgoing. Say both. Productivity again, it's enabled by default. Okay, SpamExperts. So this is the email filtering. So I do that, set that to enabled, and I set it for the admin access only for the primary administrator. So only the admin can access all of the filtering settings. So here you put in let me see. I put in hello. So that'll be the login name for the email. So hello@Farhan.click. And password, let me just make a random password. Password. That's the password there. I'm going to just delete it in a minute anyway. Okay, and then this is your login page. So this is for the business suite. I just put Farhan.click suite. Welcome to click Webmail and so on. So now you'll see a few things. So this is your admin login portal. So this was the US server. So it's us1.workspace.org. The login is hello at whatever. And then the password is the password I just set. Now this is where you need access to your DNS record. So whether it's on GoDaddy or Namecheap or whatever, I always put my domains through Cloudflare because I find it much easier to use. So I've got my Cloudflare here. So you want to make a text record, add the name and add the value. So just copy this. This is my Cloudflare, to add record, to text record. That's the name. And this is the value. See if I copy it properly. It did, yeah. Hit save. So now if I just click view DNS, give it a few seconds, depending on the host, it could take time, but normally just a few seconds. It's not done yet. But now these are the other records that you need to add. So for Cloudflare, you just put @ for the domain name. Just copy these and paste them in. So this is the MX records for the SpamExperts filtering. If you don't enable it, it will just be an MX1 record. But because we've enabled SpamExperts, you've got multiple records to enter. It's just a case of copying and pasting all these records. Let me quickly do it one by one. So MX, where's MX gone? MX. Put the @ symbol for the domain, that one, and then priority is 10. Save, and then this is also priority 10. MX2. Add record. At priority 10. And then we got this one, priority 20. Add record, MX at, and then priority 20. And then this one, last MX record, MX at, this one, priority 20. Okay, so now we need to do a CNAME. So if I go to mail.domainname.com, it will take me to my webmail login page. It's not essential, but it's good. So add record, and for Cloudflare, I'll show you 1 second. It was mail, so we put in mail here. You see it says mail.mydomainname, and the target is this one, but we have to turn off this Cloudflare proxy. So we don't want this to go via Cloudflare. This will go via the server we've given. Okay, and now we've got another one, another text record. This is a very important record, SPF record for mail deliverability. This is a text record. So txt at the root. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. And then the last two is dmarc record, also very important. We just write dmarc. I'll copy this. You can set that up, but let's leave it as it is. This underscore dmarc, DMARC, to that record there, save. And the last one is auto discover. I'm being a bit lazy, I'll just do this. That's another CNAME. That helps with email services finding your record automatically. If you use them EM client or Outlook, whatever. Done. And there's one more record, so let me quickly do this. It should find everything. Okay, most of them. That'll take another few seconds. Now this is a very important one, a DKIM, domain key. So we copy this whole field here, go back to this one, add record, text with text, text, and then copy this whole box, Control C, Control V, save. Give it a few seconds. That's done. It's just the last one takes a few seconds. Come on. SPF and DKIM records must be configured on your domains. When do some reason your domain being blocked. Yes, this is very important. So they won't accept your domain without you configuring all of these correctly. It took me it's been a bit more than 5 minutes. I was talking through it. Okay, they're all active. So now we go back to manage domains. Okay, I'll need to blur some of this, but here's my domain. So I click on the 3 dots. You've got the DNS setup guide. You've got the connection guide. I'll open that separately. How to connect it to your applications. You've got SpamExperts, which I've never really logged into, but I can have a look at that as well. You can edit the domain, change admin password, manage your users, manage aliases, forwarders, and so on. So I'll click on manage users. And you'll see it's just the first user that I made. So I can add a new user. You can mass import, which I did do for one account. Just in case of a big box, you put in the username, the password, and the full name, and it'll create all the accounts for you. Just click add new user, and it'll be same process: username, display name. Up here you can choose a maximum space actually. Don't give them admin access, enable, and password, and so on. Okay, this is a connection guide. So when you want to connect it to your phone, to your Outlook or your EM client or whatever. So use one of these SMTP options. So you need SSL, TLS. It's for outgoing emails. It's either this host here and these ports. And then for POP, you use the same host, this port, and then copy these options here. IMAP is this one here, and so on. You don't really want to use the last two. Okay, and then optional services. I don't really use any of these, so that's fine. And SpamExperts, I've never really looked at this. This is pretty advanced. So you can go into granular detail on your incoming, and outgoing emails. Okay, I'm not going to go into this too much because I don't know what exactly I should be messing about with in here. But as you can see, you do get a lot of options. Okay, protect all by default. This is for the whole domain. Yeah, that's one thing I would change actually, is the time zone. And then maybe the date format and so on. Mailboxes, so this is my mailbox. Okay, I've only got one mailbox. Let me see what else is there. Incoming, logs, incoming protection. Okay, you can set up an allow list. Okay, that's good. Yeah, you do get a lot of options here. I mean, I'm not gonna go through it because I've not really used this panel before. But I'm just showing you that's what you get with this. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything covered. Let me show you the actual control. Let me show you the demo. That's what I was supposed to do. It's been far too long. I'm sorry. Okay, where's the panel demo? Here we go. Demo server. I'll show you the demo server. So this is so your one would be mail.yourdomain.com or us1.workspace.org or eu1.workspace.org. Let me show you the demo. I think it deletes after a couple hours. Log in. Ignore that. Yeah, fine. Ignore this. So this is their very basic but practical and usable webmail interface. Inbox drafts and so on. Email, calendar, contacts. You can change your settings and stuff here. So you could actually, this looks like the one used by Namecheap, I think. Very similar layout. But you change a lot of features here. But normally I leave it as default. But what I want to show you is this domain marketplace. Now you might not. Oh yeah, they don't have it here. You know what? Let me log into my own account and show you. So mail.click. Oh bugger, it's not properly here properly. What can we do? Let me go to the main one and use the login. I think it was hello, blur that. That should work. Oh, bug, I forgot the details. 1 second. Okay, I messed up my password, but you can set your time zone, you can set your recovery email address. This is ideal for clients and so on. So this is my actual inbox. So, but when you sign up, when you set up, this will be your inbox same before. But let me see here now. You go over here and you go to domain marketplace. Oh, there we go here. So you've got EM client here. So you click on this, and then you get 3 device activation. So you can install it on 3 different devices. I've only got 1, so that's fine for me. And then you request code, so it sends you a code to this email address. So when you receive the code, you install EM client, download it. It will give you a link, I think, and then you just put in the activation code, and then you get the premium EM client account, which is about, I think it's, I'm not sure how much it is. Pricing. So it's, I believe, yes, this one here. So it's £34.95, about $50 a year. But you get the personal account for free with each domain, and you can use that as a desktop client, which is really good. Let me see. Online meetings I've never used. File storage I don't use. Chat, I don't know what this is. ChatGPT, we all know what that is. Okay, you can use it. I do it on your own API key. You can use it inside the mail to give you suggestions and so on. I don't know what this is. Dropbox, we know. Rocketchat, I don't know. Google Drive, and so on. So that's that, yeah. So that's everything in there. Okay, yeah. So they call it Smarter Mail, their interface, their platform. Okay, so the video's way longer than it should have been, but anyway, so that's everything. So I've shown you, giving the review. I've shown you the pricing. There's a link down below. It's an affiliate link. So if you do sign up, thank you for signing up using my link. I've shown the actual demo of how to set it up. So it's a step-by-step process. It's very simple. It's quicker when you're not talking through it. And I've done it with Cloudflare, but it's just the same process with your own domain provider. If you've got if you're doing a lot of email outreach, or if you're doing a lot of you've got a lot of domains and stuff, this is a really good solution, and it's a very reliable email delivery. And yeah, I mean, what you could do, you could set up one email and forward the other emails to that one if you want, if it's just like a general domain email and so on. But yeah, I've shown you all this set up, so now I will go and delete the account so no one logs in.